Hello everyone! Today we're gonna talk about an item that got reworked in patch 8.11, Essence Reaver. It isn't blind to the crit chance anymore, so not only marksmen can build it now, but also other champions who often use their ultimate or start fights with it and then auto-attack a lot. Essence Reaver doesn't increase crit chance anymore. Its recipe costs 200 less gold, and instead of Cloak of Agility that was removed from the game, you have to now buy Sapphire Crystal instead. What's great about the new item is that each auto-attack now restores 1% of your missing mana, which is great for champions who rely on their abilities. Although the most important change is that after casting your ultimate, your next basic attack within 10 seconds grants Essence Flare for 8 seconds. Essence Flare grants you 30% bonus attack speed, and basic attacks refund 20% of your remaining non-ultimate cooldowns. That's a very big power spike, so let's see which champions should build this item and why. Lucian is one of the champions who got seriously buffed by this item. Auto attacks reduce his dash's cooldown, and Essence Reaver plus 40% CDR make him a kiting machine that can keep dashing through the whole teamfight. Thanks to this item, his win rate in solo queue increased to 51.5% from 49% and keeps growing. Add the new rune Nimbus Cloak that speeds Lucian up when he casts his ultimate to the equation, and you'll get why this marksman is played on all 3 lanes now. Another champion who benefited from Essence Reaver's rework is Kog'Maw. He can now keep auto-attacking while his W skill is active in teamfights. The low ultimate cooldown allows him to activate the item's passive anytime he likes. You should still only buy Essence Reaver 2nd or 3rd though. Coming up next we have Miss Fortune. She usually starts teamfights with her ultimate, which allows her to activate this item pretty easily. Fast skills cooldowns and bonus attack speed allow Miss Fortune to clear teamfights easier. Sivir can now start teamfights by casting her ultimate, but she depends on her auto-attacks more than on her skills, so building crit chance is actually better for her. Fast skills cooldowns don't help her much, maybe only for using her shield and throwing boomerangs more often. The same goes for Xayah. Essence Reaver was just an alternative to more expensive crit chance items, which her solo queue win rate drop from 50.2% to 47.9% shows pretty clearly. As for other marksmen, Essence Reaver didn't help them much, for many reasons. As for Ashe, Infinity Edge turned out to work wrong with her unique critical hits to slow targets. So until Riot fixes that bug, it's better to start Ashe's build with Blade of the Ruined King. Kai'Sa seems like a champion whom Essence Reaver would have benefited since she relies on her abilities, but it's actually better to build ability power on her. You can add Essence Reaver to her AP build, but only as a 4th or 5th item. The same goes for Varus. Other marksmen mostly rely on their auto attacks, so you have to build crit chance on them. Okay, so now let's move on to melee champions whom Essence Reaver buffed, starting with Renekton. If he also buys the Black Cleaver, those 2 items give Renekton 40% CDR, which means his spells cool down extremely fast after he uses his ultimate. Renekton becomes highly mobile and his stun and heal cool down very quickly. Fiora also got some use out of this item. When she casts her ultimate, she can hit her target's vitals quicker because of increased attack speed and faster riposte cooldown. But buying this item makes her extremely fragile because you have to delay buying defense items to get it. So if you buy Essence Reaver on Fiora, you should focus on split pushing instead of teamfights, since you'll get killed very quickly in them. Up next we have Master Yi, who got Taric the highest mid lane win rate. As you might know, Master Yi is usually picked together with such champions as Taric or Kayle. Their ultimates make Master Yi immune to incoming damage, buying him time to kill everybody in a teamfight. Thanks to his passive and Essence Reaver, Master Yi's Alpha Strike and Meditate cool down very quickly. He can dash a lot in teamfights and is always protected by his W skill. So there is no point in building defense items on him since he is protected by invulnerability, while Essence Reaver allows his skills to cool down very quickly. Jax is another champion who benefits from Essence Reaver. Jax is somewhat like Master Yi, since his counter-strike makes him immune to auto-attacks. Jax can use this item's attack speed really well, and fast cooldowns allow him to dash a lot, just like Master Yi, as well as use counter-strike several times in one fight. Essence Reaver still makes you delay buying defense items though, making Jax more fragile. So what conclusion can we draw from this video? New Essence Reaver has 3 main problems. No tanky stats. The first one is the lack of defense stats, which makes buying it pretty risky for melee champions. So it's unlikely that such champions as Shyvana, Vi or Xin Zhao will be able to use it even though it fits their playstyle perfectly. Ability power. The second problem is that even those marksmen who rely on their ability power will not buy this item, because it doesn't scale well and grunts less damage than AP builds. And finally, ultimates. Another hidden problem is that to activate this item you have to use your ultimate. It gives you a big power spike, but it usually takes a long time to cool down. In solo queue games, especially at low or middle elo, where players fight without waiting for their skills to cool down, you won't always be able to activate this item's passive, meaning you won't use it to its full potential. So that's it guys, we hope you liked our review. If you did, make sure to share it with your friends and teammates. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, good luck in your solo queue.